Okay, so in this video, I'm just going to review and give you my thoughts on my new Fairtex SP6 MMA Shin guards, and I'll basically be comparing these to my old Bad Boy Training Series 2 shin guards. So I bought these bad boys months and months ago, not long after I'd first started kickboxing. Once I started generating more and more powerful kicks, and so did my partner. I decided, okay, it's time to buy myself a half decent pair of shin guards. At that point, I'd only been doing kickboxing for a few months, so I didn't really want to go out and spend a fortune. So I'd seen these bad boy shin guards. They were on offer. I think I paid about £35 for them, maybe. So these are the kind of Velcro type. You've got, I don't think they are real leather. I think they are probably synthetic, especially for the price of them. So you've got the kind of metal hoops here, that the Velcro strap will go around the back of your calf, through the hoop, and then just attach with the Velcro. But you know, they did the job. They were pretty decent for 35 quid, and I did get quite a few good months out of them. But the biggest pain in the ass with these things is they keep slipping round. So every time, more so when I'm doing tie-based kicks, and it's so annoying when I'm in the middle of a sequence, a combo, and I have to keep stopping to readjust, because these are sliding round. Every time I kick, they're sliding just a little bit further round, so they're kind of like moving around like that, and they end up almost on the side of my leg instead of on the front. So I'm having to keep stopping, keep readjusting them, and that, it doesn't matter how tight I have them, because at first I was like, oh, maybe I'm just not tightening them enough. If I put them too tight, then as I would start kicking and moving around, my calf muscle would expand, and if these were too tight, there would be no room for my calf muscle, so I'd feel as though I was about to get cramp in my calf. So so that was the biggest kind of downfall to these ones, the fact that they wouldn't stay in place, they kept spinning around. So after a while I was like, okay, it's time to upgrade to some new ones. So I'd been looking at Fairtex for quite a while. I reviewed my new Fairtex gloves that I got months ago, and I was really happy with those. Really good quality. So I was like, I'm happy with the gloves, I'll go for the shin guards as well. So I did kind of research a little bit online before I bought these. Now these were more expensive than the bad boys. Like I said, the bad boys were about £35. These Fairtex, how much were they? I think they weren't an awful lot more expensive. I think they were about, I don't know, £70 or something, 60 or 70, round about that price range anyway. One of the things that consistently kept coming up in people's reviews was the fact that Fairtex they don't manufacture leather shin guards anymore. They are all man-made leather. So I was like, I'm paying all that money. When you pay that money, you expect leather, not man-made leather. My Fairtex gloves that I bought were leather, so I couldn't understand why they wouldn't manufacture leather shin guards. So I went ahead and bought these, and lo and behold, you can see there that they are handmade in Thailand, and they are actual leather. So that was a pleasant surprise. So I was kind of swithering between going for this style again with the straps on the back. You can see these are kind of thinner, longer, and these have got this back, so it's kind of like a sock thing on the back. So these are more MMA shin guards. So I kind of figured if I went for this style with the kind of sock thing on the back, surely that's going to stay in place a lot more than my bad boy shin guards. Surely there's going to be less movement and they're going to stay in place. So I was reading reviews, and all the reviews were saying, go for a bigger size. I don't know whether it's because they are manufactured in Thailand or what, I'm not sure, but they seem to be on the small size. So I would say I would probably be a size large in a normal shin guard, but I actually went for size extra large, and I'm so glad I did. These are really tight. These are really tight for an extra large as well. If I went for a size large, which I almost did, they wouldn't have fit, or it would have been a nightmare to try and get them on and off. So I think one of my biggest concerns when I was undecided whether to go for these or not is this style is it's very easy to get them on and off. So literally seconds before class starts, I can put them on, and at the end of class I can just rip them back off, stuff them in my bag, and away I go. Whereas these, obviously, they're not going to be as easy to get on and off. So I was a little bit concerned. I didn't want to spend 15 minutes trying to pull these things onto my legs before class, and then another 15 minutes trying to get the things off after class. I would say the first couple of classes were more tricky. I was more worried about after class getting them off, because I knew my legs were going to be sweaty in these things, and I was like, oh god, wet sweaty legs trying to get these things off are going to be a nightmare. In actual fact, I think the fact that because my legs are sweaty after class, it makes it easier for these to get these off, because they kind of slide off a little easier because of the wet, because of the sweat. But I think after the first couple of classes, you kind of break them in a little bit, and they don't feel as tight. I mean, they were never, uncomfortably tight. They always felt secure. They certainly didn't move around during class when I was kicking. No problems with that whatsoever. They never felt uncomfortable. They felt, really stable. But it was just the getting them on and getting them off before and after class. After the first couple of classes, though, it kind of felt as I broke them in a little bit, so I don't know whether this just kind of stretches so after a few classes, and they are definitely a lot easier to get on and off. Hope you found the review useful, and if you have any queries, just leave them in the comments.